Mic is mute. Hi. Let me start over again. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Melvin here alone. Mio texted me this morning and he said he's not feeling well. He's under the weather. It's been quite a cold weekend. I hope it's okay and join us on Wednesday. I will probably use to be alone now. Since last week, 2 shows I was doing alone. So I'm managing the whole things myself. So please be patient with me if everything's a bit hiccups here and there. But I believe somehow or other we have to learn, especially alone. It sounds familiar to you. Like last 2 days, I read someone who was alone as well. Our former prime minister. But it's okay. We need to be strong. So my weekend, yes, yesterday, Sunday morning, I was invited to by Datuk N. Haudu, the MCA of Wangsa Maju Kelompo. He organized with the RT Ruku Tetangga of Taman Desa Setapak for a free community health screening. It was packed when I was there about 10 o'clock in the morning, yesterday morning. The center was quite packed, quite good response. I said, Datuk, well done. And Mr. Wong Chai, the RT chairman of Taman Desa Setapak. Yes, we should do more community works as such. And also thank you to Check Hub that's providing hot drinks yesterday morning throughout the whole event. Thank you so much. And I hope more participations of such we can offer. We are doing, we are scheduled once in Daman Bukit Ansana on the sometimes in September. And if you are interested, just text us into our Facebook page. If you are interested in your area, we try to arrange the community's health screenings together with CISN. Okay, back to the topics what we're going to discuss this morning. There's 2 topics I'm going to bring out. One to do with WhatsApp. Probably Mio has texted me this morning saying that if you're under the weather, it's the rains. Let me share with you. Give me a second. Yes. Yeah, everyone's on here. This was on Saturday evening. I saw that in Star Online. Taman Sri Muda folks holds their breath as flood returns. Welcome. Since Saturday to yesterday was drizzle around, sometimes quite heavy light and all these things. It's been a cool weekend. So a heavy downpour in the evening has caused fresh floods to hit Damansari Muda in Shah Alam, Selangor on Saturday evening. So a video has been uploaded on Twitter showing cars wading through floods water behind the Mardin supermarket in the area. So video was shared on Twitter, and these were the comments. Mind you guys, every time there's a heavy rain, Sri Muda residents start to worry, with some moving their cars to higher ground. It has been almost 1 year since last December, but still it feels that there hasn't been progress over such incidents again, say another Twitter user. So one say, my brother is so in a panic mode, moving furniture and cars out. Lessons learned, hoping for the rain to stop. Well, we can pray for good weather, but now we're experiencing climate change. I think we have to do. I hope the authorities. It has been a year. December, I still remember that very fresh in my mind. Now we are almost end of August. It's 3 months to further to December. That's why and now it's very concerned as well. I'm going to share with you more. Last two Sundays ago, where were we? So another area was affected as well. Beside Sri Muda in Shah Alam, the other area that's affected was down south, where this down south is in Johor, in Kulai and JB. This was hit as well. This was on Saturday evening too. So imagine it's not only in the center of Malaysia Peninsula, on the south border as well. That's in Kulai, JB. So several areas in Kulai and JB were immersed with water for several hours during the heavy downpour. According to the Johor Civil Defence Force, affected areas include Kampung Maju Jaya, Tebrau in JB, as well as Taman Aman. I believe, yes, Tebrau, we were there in May. We did a community event in IKEA Mall. Imagine they were there and we caught in the flood. And also in Kampung Jawa Sepakat in Kulai. The cause of the floods in Tebrau was due to the continuous heavy rain for almost 2 hours and clogged drains. Meanwhile, in Kulai, 2 hours downpour coupled with rising water level of river had caused the fresh floods. So meanwhile, the fire rescue department reported that water at Kampong Laut in Skudai went up due to the heavy rain. The water level went up. It's about 2 meters. That's almost 6 feet, 2 meters. Yeah, it's 6 feet, in fact, or probably more. And the relocation operation is still going on with the assistance of village chief. So can you guys see on the same day, about the same time, Central Malay Peninsula and South Peninsula was hit. 2 areas was prone. These areas are prone to floods. Last year was badly affected as well. That's why I want to share with you. Last 2 Sunday we were in Sungai Langat, Taman Mahkota Cerah to meet the residents. So this is why we are so concerned. We met 2 Sundays ago. We have been following up very dynamically. I think the department's probably the people that get us annoyed with it now, but it's okay. We can be angry with it now, but we want to do it for the communities, because when we met the residents, there's about 50 of them from young to 80s. They come and actually, a lot of us they're punching back. So as I repeated last week, we don't mind to be the punching back, because they let go the hot air. They have been suffering, it seems, that last 2 years, and it's backed by evidence, pictures, and time and dates. Last 2 years, they have experienced 10 floods. Right. They've been trying to meet up with all the authorities and the assemblymen or the members of parliament, but each time it failed them. So this time, last week, within a week, we have managed to call 2 important authorities. MPKJ, the corporate Pengarah departments, has been assigned to meet up with Act Now. Hopefully this week, the official letter is in, 2 letters, 1 letter to the deputy YDP, and then the deputy YDP of MKJ actually directed the Pengarah Corporate Penggara, Director of Corporate Departments, to meet us to discuss and forum with a dialogue with the residents. And also we wrote to the Penggara of Jabatan Pengairan dan Seran. And this week we're supposed to follow up because last Thursday, Friday, they were in Malacca. So we hope this materializes ASAP because next month or so is Chinese month called the Nine Emperors Festival celebrations. It's known that it will be a wet season. It's already started on the weekend. You see the floods on last Saturday. Luckily, the water did not sustain. The floods actually subsides in the next couple of hours. But it might be, we do not know when's the next hit because weather now is so unpredictable nowadays. And we have Mr. Pei from the representative from Daman Wakota Cheras, the area, few damans. They say sometimes it's so weird because Sungai Langat is one of the main source of water in Selangor. It doesn't need to be raining in Kajang, but it still experiences flood because the rivers there's 7 streams upstreams that join to Sungai Langat, and so when it rains on upstreams, the river water will raise up very fast, and we found one of the flood gates is actually damaged. It was repaired a few months back, but it's actually damaged. I saw that. I was there to witness it. Even the rubber that's surrounding the gates, the rubber bands, is actually washed off. So it doesn't mean that it needs to be raining in Kajang in the particular area to be flooded. So if upstreams is the area is experiencing heavy rains, the water of the river will raise up. If the water band is not high enough or the water gates is spoiled, the water will go to the residence area through the community's drainage. So that's how. And we last week on Thursday, we also received a SOS call from Datuk Eng Haudu about the 2 tall trees. I will show you in the pictures, or you can find it later. Surrounding the Wangsa Maju, where all the students that's going to ferry up to the Utah. Sorry, it's not Utah. It's Thai University College. There's those trees that planted by Margis is about 3-story height. I was thanks DBKL Wangsa Maju branch. This morning they actually sent over to trim off all the trees because we had to get ourselves prepared. Right. So I hope all those residents, you find the area, the trees is a bit the height or the need to be trimmed because to prepare for the rain, bad weather soon, the next 2-3 months or anytime soon. If you're not able to call through your Madris, please report to MP now. We'll do the necessary. The drainage is very important. Also report if the drainage is spoiled or cloud too much rubbish, it needs to be cleaned. Please report immediately to Edna. Don't wait for the last minute. We don't want anything happen. Even happens in the city as well. So be our eyes and ears and help out the margins. If they don't do the work, we can blame them. But don't expect them to know everything around the corner in your neighborhood. Please voice out, report they have. You can call them, you can email to them, or use Now mobile app. Right, we your service. All right. So that's about the rains that might hit us. Right, and I also like to thank my, I would say, co-partner. We have signed an MOU since April this year. CISM, they are very, the members of CIS is actually like it's normal. They voluntarily to help. It's actually relief squads of MCA, crisis relief squads of MCA. They voluntarily help with any crisis. So something I did not probably cut and share is that in India on the weekends, eastern India, I believe, is also experienced a bad floods, and somewhere also in Europe countries, they have drought last month or so. Now it's bad floods. So I'm afraid the weather will probably coming down to Malaysia. The bad weather will be so-called drifting down to Malaysia. I believe that's how it blow and come down. So we have to get prepared, honestly. So do our part. See anything not right, the heavy the top trees need trimming, branches too high, it might fall, and heavy winds comes in, so it might hurt. A lot of beside humans, probably vehicles that park around houses around that will get damaged. If you see your drains around the neighborhood need to be cleaned, it's all with rubbish, also report to us. All right, let's do our part. We are here to assist. All right, so that's about the floods. So what else? Okay, the next topic. This is something common I experienced myself this morning. Okay, let me share this with you. This is about. It's not funny, but I think something we should also be considerate. This is it. Pay up if you don't want a drink with your meal. You know, this in all the restaurant kopitiam. This article, why I want to share, because I have my breakfast almost every morning in my neighborhood kopitiam, and it's true. Sometimes we have to be understanding when we eat. We order our meals, breakfast, and all this. And that's usually they will rent up, especially Chinese kopitiam. They will sell that the stores and the so-called the kopitiam owners will actually serve beverages. So a lot of people now seems that the patrons, especially this person, Michael Uy, Michael Uy, is a coffee shop owner, say often does not mind when patrons occupy a table without ordering any drinks, but it soon becomes a habit. So customers would come in and order food from the hawker stores, but not carve out a single cent for a drink. Hawker store, as in they rent it out, so they order their noodle or whatever but they do not order the drinks. So we decided to put a sign telling those who don't order drinks that they must pay 50 cents per person. I guess it's fine because this Mr. Uwe say that he charged a minimum 50 cents per person and offer a sky juice, so-called a plain water. I have witnessed myself. This is years back before the pandemic. In the morning sessions, I see quite ridiculous people, group of people, regardless of the age, but it's mostly uncle aunties. They will chit chat for the early morning at 7 o'clock until 9 o'clock, the peak hours. Even they order their breakfast, they will just stay and chit chat. And some go to the extent to prepare their lunch, so-called of dinner, like kangkong, the veggie, tauke. They would plug the veggie there and all these things. And one day, I still remember, I go up to them and they, please, because when they finish, they would just keep all these things. They actually, some of those like tauke, the roots, they actually keep it on the table, or some worse, they actually clean the table, not picking out these things back home. They just push it down to the floor. What if someone just accidentally walk away and sleep? So this is very inconsiderate of these people. And knowing me, I mean, I'm not a very welcome person, but because I speak through my mind and through my mind and my brain, right? I say, please, when you leave, clean up your table. Don't let others clean up, right? So we have to be considerate. So this is what's happening now, but I don't know whether it's enforced, but we have to do it politely, the so-called the coffee shop owner. So we say that while he could not force customer to order drinks, he hoped that he put out signs on each table that would encourage them to have empathy and support his business, and his in turn will ensure they are not disappointed by his hospitality. Well done, Mr. Uy. So as a shop owner, Mr. Uy sells drinks while food stores owners pay him rental to subsidize. Because now rental at some prime area is still very high. At my area, it costs about 4,000 to 5,000 in a down month for a ground floors on normal shop lots. So when a customer pays 50 cents, if they do not have any drinks, I serve them plain water in return. Make sure the water is Coke or boiled water, right? It's fine if only a few from an entire group at the table drinks, At least it helps to cover my costs and to upkeep the place. Yes, they have also responsible to hire staff to clean up the whole shop, so-called kopitiam. You see, they have to wipe the table after you finish, to clean up the floor if someone dropped something on the floor, and all these things. So he says that since he's placed a sign to serve as a reminder, many customers have developed better understanding and well respect each other more. Good kudos to him, Mr. Ui. Good example. Be polite, gentle, put a notes there. I think people will understand. Well, not far from Mr. Ui Coffee Tiam, a food court nearby. Well, charge a heftier charge for customers who do not order any drinks. It's 1 ringgit there. Its operator who declined to be named say the practice was to deter people from sitting there for free. But I think one ringgit is a bit too high. But I also come across those food court in supermarkets, it's aircon, and you spend 3 hours there, especially the seniors. Also, during peak hour lunch, people need to eat there, and then you occupy the place, also not being fair. So they put stickers are placed on every table to ensure all customers see them. So many customers come to order foods and leave the table 30 to our waiters to clean up. They have to hire them. It's not free. So consider a minimum wages now of 1,500. So it's a very hefty amount to pay expenses. So a cup of water costs 60 cents. So customer can choose to order instead of paying 1 ringgit for nothing. So so make this as a practice too. We have to be empathizing them because this kopitiam or coffee shops are not like those 4 or 5 stars hotels or restaurants that you pay a very substantial price for a meal. I'm not saying it's cheap now in kopitiam, because with a very decent, simple breakfast without drinks costs you 8 ringgit already, and coffee costs you around 20 ringgit, 2 ringgit to 2 ringgit 20 cents kopitiam price. So easily cost you 10 ringgit to 11 ringgit for a simple breakfast. So inflation is actually there, no doubt. No one say that inflation is not I feel it very much. Okay. So we have 2 major topics. One is please prepare for the rain. Authorities and all the relevant departments. Make sure your schedule. Look into your schedule, because most of the time when we communicate on the normal days, the authorities tell us, yes, we have schedule once every 2 weeks or every once a month. So it have to be so-called go according to the season. It's coming to rain season. Probably increase the frequency. So that schedule should not remain throughout the whole year. We have to anticipate, proactive, because that sign's coming already. So I hope all the panera don't be an armchair director. Get to it, because you also, like me, we listen to the news, to read the newspaper and all these things. Come, please. Look at the schedule again. Make it more frequent. The drainage system departments, whether it's in the city is the worst. We get flash floods very easily, and in the neighborhoods, drainage need to be taken care. Also look into your schedule now. And next time when you go out to dine in kopitiam and all these things, try to buy a drink. So if you're asked to pay 50 cents for plain water, just help them out, because otherwise they can't survive. So that's about it for today. Yes. It's almost 25 minutes. Okay. I hope Mio is getting better. And I hope you join us this Wednesday. We have more things to share with you. Yes. Have a good day and stay safe, everyone. Goodbye.